While the advice is no screen time before age 2, are there exceptions to this general rule? What about FaceTime with the grandparents on the iPad? Or scrolling through pictures on a phone with mom and dad? All behaviors are understood as probabilities, and that would include the whole notion of screen time. You want to know the real answer? We don't know. It awaits further research. We have only had the wide dissemination of screen-based products for a very little while, until we have well-designed, blinded, randomly assigned longitudinal cognitive studies whose independent variable is the presence or absence of screen time. The jury is still out on whether or not FaceTime with grandparents, scrolling through pictures with mom and dad, is a good idea or a bad idea. These days, I'm not sure how you'd even do such experiments. I'd start with the controls. Everybody seems to have a laptop and a smartphone. I know that in our evolutionary history, our primary means of social interaction was with flesh and blood, not with pictures of flesh and blood. Social interactions are insanely important for our species. Our very survival depended upon our ability to cooperate with each other and read each other's signals on a real-time basis. We are too weak biologically to stand on only our biological attributes. Look at our fingernails. Not exactly a lion's claw, folks. Look at our canine teeth. We don't compare favorably to raccoons. Our survival depended upon our brains, and it all depended upon that organ's ability to socialize. This situation occurred for literally millions of years for our very primitive ancestors, hundreds of thousands of years for us as a direct species related to those ancestors. That means we are primed to interact with each other. Whether we are also primed to interact with images of each other, I don't really know. Since so little is known about the effects of the digital world on the brains of developing babies, I end up defaulting, that's an important word here, I end up defaulting not to an active opinion, but to the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations. They were the ones who originally advocated for an injunction regarding screen time. No screen time before age 2. Welcome aboard. I think the same thing is true.